All right, so today, well, yesterday I went and picked up a new lathe. It's just a Taiwan import 1340, but it was like brand new. I guess it got damaged during shipping, and this guy decided he didn't want to try fixing it, but it wasn't that messed up. Like the electrical box on the back got kind of smushed, but really nothing crazy. So I got a pretty good deal on that. Came with all the tailstock, steady rest, follow rest, all that stuff, but I think it's brand new. So I'm gonna get rid of this guy. This is old trusty 12 by 36 closing, and I just cleaned it up and repainted the whole thing and been using it ever since. But now it's time to go. So what I'm doing today, I've already fixed it once, but I think there was either already another crack or maybe I just cracked it again. But there's a crack right, come on. Yeah, right there. It was cracked right here. I fixed that a few years ago. Now we're gonna fix this. So I need to take and just grind it out, and then we'll braze it back up and she'll be good as new. Anybody knows why my phone doesn't focus automatically? Like I have to tap the screen to get it to focus. It's really weird. But anyways, I'm gonna grab a grinder and we'll grind that out. So the idea with brazing, you're not welding, so you're not melting the base metal at all. So what you have to do is grind out, as much as you really can. Like this, ideally, because it's held together, I could just grind all the way through and fill it all the way back in with just bronze brazing rods. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'll leave a little bit in the middle. But yeah, it is a pretty good, actually it is kind of separated. It looks, it shouldn't matter because this side's a flat way and this is the V, so it shouldn't matter if it's spread out just a touch. Steady rests are just completely adjustable, so you'll be able to adjust it back to center. Otherwise, you'd want to clamp it back together just to make sure it's aligned, but it won't matter with this. So I think I'll just grind out as much as I can. And I'm just going to use this wheel here, just a metal wheel. You don't really want like a smooth ground surface. It'll be good to be sort of rough, I think. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you probably want it to be rough so the bronze or brass can have a little more to grip onto. All right, so that's probably good as far as like metal removal. It's about 1/4 inch in there. I'm going to just grind all the edges so they're rounded. You don't want any sharp edges because that's just a stress riser. It'll make it easier for it to crack again, even if it's somewhere new. Like in this case, it was somewhere new. So yeah, I'll round over all the edges and clean up a little bit around the edges, and then we'll start preheating this thing. All right, that should be plenty good enough. Oh, look at that, it focused on its own. So I got a nice chamfer all the way around. There's no sharp corners. So we're just gonna heat it up to red hot and start filling it with some brazing rod. So I'm definitely not a professional brazer, but I have some brazing rods. This one's just coated in flux, and this one's bare. And then I've also got a couple jugs of brazing flux. I like this handy flux the most. It seems to work. I mean, they both work. Actually, let's see. For cast iron, I think I was using this one, I can't remember. It's been a while. For brazing copper, brass, nickel, steel, stainless. Yeah, you can use either. I can't remember why I bought a second one though. I think, man. One of them, I know it left a ton of flux that was super hard, really hard to get off the part. I just can't remember which one. And that could be also because I was overheating it or underheating it. I don't know. It could be a million things. But I've got my oxyacetylene up. We're just going to start heating it, and then I'll probably sprinkle a little bit of flux, just a little bit. And then we'll go to town with this guy. Once we have it kind of started to fill in, then you can switch to just a bare rod. Because the flux, it stays on the part for the most part. A lot of it'll drip off, but too much flux and it's really hard to clean up is the dilemma. All right, here's what we're left with. Turn the camera off part way because it's the same thing. Just putting the flame on it, melting the blob of brass, moving the flame off just so you could build it up. Otherwise it will just run off just like water. I got it, I think, filled in pretty dang good all the way around. Bottom doesn't look great, but now it's just kind of cooling off. I just kind of sat and held the flame on it for a few minutes while it was still red hot, and just left the flame on until it wasn't glowing anymore. And now it's just going to sit on this sheet of steel and just cool down on its own. So it's going to take a little while. Then we can start grinding and filing and get it all nice and clean looking again. But yeah, it should be fine. Typically, repairs like this are just as strong, if not stronger, than the original cast iron. So it's quite a bit thicker than it originally was. You can kind of see that. I built all the way up out there and a little bit high there. Yeah, compared to this side, this is just, It's a really old machine. I think it's about 75 years old, 1950s. And it's kind of a porous casting, not a great casting. I don't think, anyways. It's cracked twice now, and I really don't tighten it that tight. It's just a steady rest. It really doesn't need to be all that tight. Just a weak area there. But yeah, we're gonna let this cool down nice and slow, and then we'll clean it up. All right, we're gonna start grinding. It's mostly cooled off. All right, well, that's about it. I hit it with the file, kind of rough it up. Otherwise, when I paint it, it'll stand out a lot. But I mean, it looks good. I think. All the way around, got it filled in nice. Bottom. Yeah. Looks pretty good. I may not paint it, because if I'm gonna sell it, I don't want it to seem like I tried to cover this up, so I might just leave it as is. And just give them a little bit of the paint that I use. They can paint it if they want. But yeah, that's it. Getting the excess flux off is super hard. Like it doesn't come off with the grinder. It's like grinding glass. But this time it wasn't too bad. There was a little bit of flux. I had to sit and file it. Try to get it all off. But yeah, the main idea is to just take out as much of the base material as you can, and then fill it back in with brass without melting the base material. It's not too hard, but yeah, there is a few tricks that you need to kind of know. Or not tricks, really, just practice, I guess, because hold the heat on too long, the brass just flows off. But if you don't heat it up enough, the brass will just kind of blob on and not really stick. So, yeah, it just takes a little bit of practice, but that is it right there. Pretty sweet. All right, thanks for watching. See y'all later.